Have you ever wondered why some people can put on a French maid outfit and instantly look elegant, graceful, and unbelievably convincing, while others still feel awkward no matter how expensive the dress is? The answer isn't the outfit. It isn't the makeup. It isn't even the wig. The real transformation starts long before any of those things ever touch your body. It starts with your mindset, your posture, your habits, and the tiny details almost nobody notices until they see the final result. Today, imagine that it's Monday morning, the first day of your French maid training, and from this moment forward, you're not simply wearing a costume. You're learning a complete character, a new level of confidence, discipline, elegance, and presentation that separates beginners from those who truly master the look. By the end of this journey, you'll understand why experienced crossdressers spend far more time practicing movement, body language, grooming, and confidence than shopping for new outfits. Stay with me because each lesson builds on the previous one, and the final lesson is something many beginners never discover until years later. Monday begins earlier than expected. Before you even think about putting on your maid dress, stand in front of a mirror, wearing ordinary clothes. Look at yourself honestly, not to criticize, but to observe. Confidence begins with accepting where you are today. Every experienced crossdresser started somewhere. Nobody wakes up looking perfect. Every graceful movement, every polished makeup look, every elegant pose comes from practice. Your first assignment is simple. Stand straight. Roll your shoulders back. Relax your neck. Lift your chin just enough to appear confident without looking arrogant. Instantly, your entire appearance changes. The French maid image is built on posture. Without posture, even the most beautiful dress loses its charm. Now, imagine putting on the maid uniform slowly, instead of rushing. Feel every piece becoming part of the character. The stockings remind you to move carefully. The apron reminds you to stay neat. The gloves encourage elegant hand movements. Even if you don't own every accessory, visualize how each one changes your behavior. Clothing influences mindset more than many people realize. Your next lesson is walking. Beginners often focus only on appearance while forgetting movement. A French maid doesn't stomp across a room. Every step is controlled. Walk slightly slower than your normal pace. Keep your feet closer together. Let your arms move naturally instead of swinging wildly. Imagine balancing a book on your head. That mental image instantly improves posture, neck position, and confidence. Practice walking across your room 10 times. Turn smoothly. Walk back. Repeat until your movements begin feeling natural rather than forced. Now comes something most tutorials skip completely: breathing. Nervousness shows through breathing before it shows anywhere else. Slow, calm breaths help your shoulders stay relaxed and your facial expressions remain soft. If you're tense, your body tells everyone before you even speak. Calm breathing creates graceful movement without extra effort. Monday's next challenge is learning where your hands belong. Many beginners constantly touch their wig, adjust their clothes, or hide their hands in awkward positions. Instead, let your hands rest gently together when standing still. When moving, imagine every motion has purpose. If you reach for something, do it smoothly. If you greet someone, let your hand movements stay relaxed and elegant. Tiny improvements like these create a surprisingly believable presentation. Now stand before the mirror again. Smile naturally, not a forced grin. A soft, welcoming smile changes your entire face. Practice different expressions. Curious, happy, calm, thoughtful. Many people spend hours perfecting makeup while never practicing facial expressions. Yet expressions are what people remember most. Next comes voice. You don't need to force an unrealistic voice. Instead, slow your speech slightly. Speak clearly. Reduce unnecessary volume. Confidence isn't about sounding dramatically different. It's about sounding comfortable. A relaxed voice often feels more convincing than an exaggerated performance. As Monday continues, grooming becomes today's biggest lesson. Healthy skin creates a better foundation than expensive cosmetics. Wash your face gently. Moisturize consistently. Keep eyebrows neat according to your preferred style. Care for your hands because they're surprisingly noticeable. Trim and clean your nails regularly. Small grooming habits create a polished appearance that no amount of accessories can replace. Hair, whether natural or a wig, deserves patience. Never throw on a wig carelessly. Brush it carefully. Position it properly. Check the hairline from multiple angles. Many beginners only check the front mirror and forget to examine side profiles. Side angles reveal details that front mirrors hide. Now, let's discuss confidence. Confidence doesn't mean believing you're perfect. It means allowing yourself to enjoy learning. Every mistake teaches something valuable. Maybe your eyeliner isn't even today. Maybe your walk feels awkward. Maybe your posing looks stiff. None of that means failure. Every expert has countless early attempts they rarely show anyone. As evening approaches, your final Monday exercise begins. Record yourself walking into the room, turning, smiling, and leaving again. Don't judge yourself immediately. Wait a few minutes before watching the recording. Notice one thing you like. Then notice one thing you want to improve tomorrow. Only one. Trying to fix everything at once often slows progress. Small, consistent improvements create dramatic results over time. Before ending your first training day, remove everything carefully. Fold your outfit neatly. Clean your makeup tools. Brush your wig if you used one. Taking care of your presentation teaches discipline. Tomorrow you'll appreciate the effort you invested today. As you prepare for Tuesday, remember the biggest lesson from your first day. The French Maid image isn't created by fabric or lace alone. It's created by patience, elegance, consistency, and attention to details that most people overlook. Today you didn't simply wear an outfit. You started building habits that slowly transform appearance into confidence. And tomorrow, the training becomes even more interesting because you'll begin mastering the small secrets that instantly make every movement look more natural. When Tuesday begins, don't rush toward the mirror. Before you even touch your outfit, stop for a moment and remember what you learned yesterday. Posture, breathing, calm movements. Those weren't random exercises. They were the foundation. Today you're going to discover something that surprises almost every beginner. Looking elegant has far less to do with beauty than it does with consistency. People don't notice perfection nearly as much as they notice confidence that never breaks. Walk back to the mirror wearing ordinary clothes again. Stand naturally. Then slowly shift into your training posture. Chin relaxed. Shoulders down. Back straight. Notice how different you already feel compared to yesterday. That's progress. It's small, but it's real. The body remembers repetition, and every time you practice correctly, graceful movement becomes a little more automatic. Now imagine putting on your French Maid outfit one piece at a time. Instead of thinking, "How do I look?" ask yourself, "How does this change the way I move?" The apron encourages neatness. The stockings remind you to take smoother steps. The fitted dress encourages better posture. Every piece of clothing becomes part of your training rather than simply decoration. Today's first lesson is balance. Stand with your feet close together and slowly shift your weight from one leg to the other. Don't rush. Learn where your center of balance feels most comfortable. Many beginners sway without realizing it because they're uncomfortable or nervous. A graceful stance feels relaxed, never stiff. Imagine you're standing for a photograph that could be taken at any second. Calm, composed, and ready. Now begin walking again, but this time pay attention to your turns. Turning is where many people lose elegance. Instead of spinning quickly, slow down just enough to stay controlled. Pivot smoothly, keep your shoulders level, and let your eyes move toward your destination before the rest of your body follows. It's a tiny adjustment that creates a surprisingly polished appearance. The next exercise may seem simple, but it changes everything. Learn how to sit gracefully. Don't collapse into a chair. Approach it calmly, turn slightly, lower yourself with control, and keep your posture relaxed. Once seated, avoid fidgeting. Rest your hands naturally. Cross your ankles if it's comfortable for you. Practice standing up just as smoothly. These ordinary moments reveal confidence more than dramatic poses ever could. Now, let's focus on your hands again because they're constantly communicating. Imagine you're carrying a delicate teacup filled to the top. You wouldn't wave it around carelessly. That same gentle control should influence your everyday gestures. When adjusting your hair, moving an object, or simply resting your hands, avoid sudden movements. Smooth motions immediately appear more elegant. Today's mirror exercise is different. Instead of looking at your entire reflection, focus only on your face. Relax every muscle. Many people unknowingly hold tension around their jaw, forehead, or eyes. Softening those areas instantly creates a calmer, friendlier appearance. Smile gently, then let the smile fade naturally without becoming expressionless. Practice changing expressions smoothly instead of abruptly. Now, imagine someone complimenting your appearance. How would you react? Beginners often become embarrassed, look away immediately, or nervously laugh. Instead, practice accepting compliments with a warm smile and a simple thank you. Confidence isn't pretending to be perfect. It's allowing yourself to receive kindness without apologizing for existing. Next comes one of the biggest secrets experienced crossdressers quietly understand. Confidence grows through routine. The more often you repeat good habits, the less energy you spend thinking about them. Suddenly posture becomes natural. Walking becomes smoother. Smiling becomes easier. Your presentation begins feeling authentic because your body has practiced it enough to stop overthinking. Today's grooming lesson is about details. Clean shoes, neatly pressed clothing, smooth stockings, fresh makeup brushes. These things may seem minor, but together they create an impression of care and discipline. People often notice overall presentation before they notice individual features. Let's talk about posing. Most beginners immediately copy dramatic poses they see online. Instead, start with simple positions. Stand comfortably. Shift your weight slightly onto one leg. Relax your shoulders. Let one hand rest gently near your waist while the other hangs naturally. Turn your body slightly instead of facing the camera completely straight. These subtle adjustments create photographs that look relaxed instead of forced. Now practice eye contact with yourself in the mirror. Hold it for a few seconds without looking away. At first it feels unusual, but eventually you'll stop criticizing every tiny detail and start recognizing your progress. Self-confidence grows when you become your own supportive coach instead of your harshest critic. As Tuesday continues, practice everyday activities while staying in character. Pick up a book, fold a towel, arrange a table, walk across the room carrying a small object. The goal isn't performance. The goal is making graceful movement feel normal during ordinary tasks. That's where real improvement happens. Here's another challenge. Record yourself again, but this time don't pose. Simply enter the room, adjust a chair, walk across the space, smile naturally, and leave. Later, compare today's recording with Monday's. Even if the changes are subtle, you'll likely notice smoother movement, better posture, or increased confidence. Improvement often becomes visible on video before you fully feel it yourself. Now spend a few minutes practicing patience. If something doesn't look right, don't become frustrated. Fix one detail, then continue. Progress comes from hundreds of small corrections, not one magical breakthrough. Every experienced performer, cosplayer, or crossdresser has spent countless hours repeating basic movements until they became second nature. As the evening arrives, remove your outfit just as carefully as you put it on. Respect your clothing, your accessories, and the effort you've invested. Building good habits outside the spotlight is just as important as looking polished in front of the mirror. Before ending the day, ask yourself one question. Did I become slightly more comfortable than yesterday? If the answer is yes, then your training is working exactly as it should. Confidence isn't built overnight. It's built one calm breath, one graceful step, one relaxed smile, and one practice session at a time. Tomorrow, the training changes again. You'll begin learning the invisible details that separate someone who is simply dressed as a French maid from someone who truly embodies the elegance, discipline, and charm of the role. Those small details are often impossible to notice until someone points them out, and once you see them, you'll never look at presentation the same way again. Wednesday arrives, and something feels different already. The mirror that seemed intimidating on Monday now feels familiar. You're no longer looking at a stranger. You're looking at someone who's been practicing, improving, and learning one step at a time. This is where many beginners make a mistake. They start feeling a little more confident, so they stop practicing the basics. Don't fall into that trap. The basics are what make every advanced skill possible. Before getting dressed, stand quietly for a minute. Close your eyes and picture the person you want to become. Not someone perfect, not someone impossible, just the most confident version of yourself. Imagine how they stand, how they smile, how they walk into a room without looking nervous. Visualization may sound simple, but athletes, performers, and public speakers have used it for years because the mind responds surprisingly well to clear mental pictures. Now begin dressing slowly again. As each piece goes on, notice how your mindset changes. Instead of thinking about flaws, think about purpose. Every part of the outfit represents care, discipline, and attention to detail. You're not trying to become someone else. You're learning to express another side of yourself with confidence and creativity. Today's lesson begins with movement above the shoulders. Most people focus on their legs and forget that the head and neck communicate confidence immediately. Practice turning your head smoothly instead of snapping it from side to side. Keep your neck relaxed. Let your eyes move first, followed by your head. These tiny adjustments create an appearance of calm control that cameras capture beautifully. Now pay attention to your smile again, but this time connect it to your eyes. A genuine smile isn't only about the mouth. Relax your eyes and let your expression soften naturally. Practice looking curious, pleased, thoughtful, and welcoming. Imagine greeting a guest with kindness rather than performing for an audience. Authentic expressions always feel stronger than exaggerated ones. Today's walking exercise becomes more advanced. Place a few objects around your room and walk between them without rushing. Turn corners smoothly. Stop gracefully. Start walking again without sudden movements. This teaches body awareness. Grace isn't about moving slowly all the time. It's about staying in control no matter what you're doing. Now, let's discuss one of the biggest confidence killers: constant self-checking. Beginners often adjust their wig every few seconds, pull at their dress, fix imaginary problems, or keep staring into mirrors. The more comfortable you become, the less you'll need to do these things. Practice leaving your appearance alone for 10 minutes. Trust the preparation you've already done. Confidence grows when you stop searching for imperfections every few seconds. Today's posture exercise introduces a simple challenge. Imagine a string gently lifting the top of your head toward the ceiling. Your spine naturally lengthens, your shoulders relax, and your breathing becomes easier. Walk across the room while keeping that feeling. Don't force it. Gentle posture always looks better than stiff posture. Now practice everyday gestures with intention. Pick up a cup, open a door, fold a piece of fabric, sit down and stand up again. Notice how much smoother these actions become when you stop rushing. Elegance isn't found in dramatic moments. It's built through ordinary actions repeated with care. Let's spend some time talking about confidence in front of a camera. Cameras often feel intimidating because they remove movement and capture tiny details. Instead of worrying about every frame, focus on staying relaxed. Take a breath before recording. Smile gently. Begin moving naturally. Imagine you're documenting your progress rather than trying to impress anyone. That mindset immediately reduces tension. Now comes an exercise that surprises many people. Practice doing absolutely nothing. Stand comfortably for 30 seconds without fidgeting. Don't adjust your outfit. Don't touch your hair. Don't shift your weight unnecessarily. Simply breathe and remain relaxed. Learning to be still is just as important as learning to move gracefully. Today's grooming reminder focuses on consistency. Healthy routines always outperform occasional perfection. Taking care of your skin, keeping your accessories organized, cleaning your brushes, and storing your outfit properly create better results over time than constantly buying new products. Presentation begins with preparation. Now think about your environment. A clean space encourages a calm mindset. Organize your makeup area. Fold your clothing neatly. Put accessories where you can easily find them. These habits reduce stress before every practice session and allow you to focus on improving instead of searching for missing items. The next lesson is patience with mistakes. Maybe your eyeliner isn't symmetrical today. Maybe your wig doesn't sit perfectly. Maybe your walk still feels slightly awkward. Instead of becoming frustrated, treat every mistake like information. Ask yourself one simple question. What tiny improvement can I make next time? That question turns disappointment into progress. Let's practice another recording exercise. This time, walk into the room carrying a folded towel. Place it neatly on a table. Turn toward the camera. Smile softly. Adjust nothing. Walk away with the same calm pace you started with. Watch the recording later, without sound. You'll notice that posture and body language communicate far more than words ever could. As Wednesday continues, begin paying attention to your energy. People are naturally drawn to those who appear comfortable with themselves. You don't need dramatic gestures or exaggerated expressions. Calm confidence often leaves a stronger impression because it feels genuine. Here's another important reminder. Never compare your Chapter 3 to someone else's Chapter 300. Social media usually shows finished results, not years of practice behind them. Every graceful movement you admire was once awkward. Every confident smile once felt uncertain. Progress becomes visible only when you continue practicing after the excitement of the first few days fades. Before ending today's training, return to the mirror one last time. Instead of searching for flaws, notice 3 things that have improved since Monday. Maybe your shoulders are more relaxed. Maybe your smile feels more natural. Maybe you're standing straighter without thinking about it. These small victories matter because they're proof that consistent effort creates real change. As you carefully remove your outfit and prepare for tomorrow, remember this. Confidence isn't something you suddenly discover. It's something you quietly build through hundreds of ordinary moments that nobody else ever sees. Every practice session, every repeated movement, every calm breath becomes another brick in that foundation. Tomorrow, the training reaches a new level. You'll begin learning how elegance isn't just something people see, it's something they feel the moment you enter a room. The smallest details of timing, awareness, and presence will start coming together, and that's when the transformation begins to feel truly natural. Thursday begins, and today your training moves beyond appearance and into presence. By now, you've practiced standing, walking, sitting, and controlling your movements. But there is another level that many people overlook. A truly convincing presentation is not created by copying someone else. It comes from understanding the feeling behind the role and bringing that feeling into every small action. Before you begin, return to the same simple exercise. Stand in front of the mirror and observe yourself without judgment. Notice your posture. Notice your expression. Notice your energy. The goal is not to find something wrong. The goal is to understand how you present yourself at this moment. Awareness always comes before improvement. Today starts with the concept of rhythm. Every person has a natural rhythm when they move. Some people walk quickly, some slowly, some with sharp movements, and some with relaxed movements. Elegant presentation often comes from finding a smoother rhythm. You don't need to completely change who you are. You simply learn to remove unnecessary tension. Begin walking across the room while paying attention to each step. Feel the floor beneath your feet. Keep your movements controlled. Avoid rushing from one action to another. Imagine that every moment has enough time. This mental change creates a calmer physical appearance. Now, practice entering a room. This may sound simple, but entrances create a first impression. Before walking in, take a breath. Relax your shoulders. Walk forward with confidence. Look ahead. Don't immediately look down or start adjusting your clothing. The first few seconds communicate more than many people realize. Next, practice greeting yourself in the mirror. Stand naturally and imagine meeting someone for the first time. How would you introduce yourself? How would you smile? How would you hold your posture? These exercises are not about pretending to be someone else. They're about becoming comfortable expressing yourself. Today's hand movement lesson focuses on softness and control. Many beginners unintentionally make their movements too fast because they are concentrating on everything at once. Slow down and separate actions. If you reach for something, complete the movement. If you turn, finish the turn. Half movements often look uncertain, while complete movements look confident. Now, let's talk about clothing awareness. A well-fitted outfit changes how you move. Pay attention to comfort, balance, and confidence. Clothing should support your expression, not distract you. The best presentation comes when you feel comfortable enough to forget about the outfit and focus on the moment. Today's makeup and grooming lesson is about preparation rather than complexity. A simple, clean, well-practiced routine often creates a stronger result than trying too many new techniques at once. Learn what works for you. Practice consistency. Build skills slowly. Take a moment to organize your tools. Clean brushes. Arrange products. Keep accessories ready. A calm preparation routine creates a calm mindset. Rushing before a practice session often creates unnecessary stress. Now we move into voice and communication. Many people believe changing everything about their voice is the key to confidence, but communication is much more than pitch. The way you speak includes your pace, your breathing, your confidence, and your ability to listen. Practice speaking slowly and clearly. Allow small pauses between thoughts. A relaxed voice often feels more natural and engaging. Try reading a short paragraph aloud while standing with good posture. Record yourself. Listen to your pace. Are you rushing? Are you speaking too quietly? Are you holding tension? Small adjustments can make a significant difference. Today's character-building exercise is about kindness and service. The traditional French Maid image is often associated with hospitality, organization, and attention to detail. Think about what those qualities represent. Being welcoming, being helpful, being composed. These qualities create a stronger character than simply wearing a certain style of clothing. Practice setting a table or organizing a small area while maintaining calm. Movements. Notice how your body behaves when you focus on helping rather than worrying about yourself. Often, confidence increases when attention moves away from self-criticism and toward purposeful action. Now comes an important lesson about comfort zones. Improvement requires challenge, but it should happen gradually. Try something slightly outside your normal routine. Maybe a different hairstyle, a new makeup technique, a new way of posing, a new walking exercise. Small experiments help you discover what feels authentic. Do not try to become a completely different person overnight. The strongest presentations usually combine familiar parts of yourself with new skills you've developed. Authenticity creates confidence because you are not constantly trying to maintain a character that feels impossible. Let's practice a complete routine. Walk into the room calmly. Pause. Smile. Move toward a table. Arrange an object neatly. Turn around. Walk back. Sit down. Stand again. Exit the room. Repeat this sequence until each movement feels connected instead of separate. When you watch the recording, pay attention to the overall feeling. Don't focus only on individual details. Ask yourself, does this look relaxed? Does it look comfortable? Does it look confident? Those questions are often more useful than searching for tiny imperfections. As the day continues, remember that confidence also comes from taking care of yourself outside practice. Rest well. Stay organized. Maintain healthy routines. A confident appearance is supported by daily habits that nobody else sees. Before ending Thursday's training, take a final moment in front of the mirror. Compare yourself to the person you were on Monday. Maybe the difference isn't dramatic yet. Maybe it's only a small change in the way you stand or the way you look at yourself. But those small changes are exactly how transformation happens. Tomorrow brings the final stage of this training journey. The focus will be bringing everything together: movement, confidence, preparation, expression, and personal style. The goal is not perfection. The goal is feeling comfortable, confident, and proud of the effort you've put into learning something new. Friday arrives, and this is the day where everything you've practiced begins to come together. Over the last several days, you've worked on posture, movement, confidence, grooming, expression, and awareness. Today is not about learning 100 new things. Today is about combining everything into one natural flow. Before anything else, remember the most important lesson from this entire training. Confidence is built from the inside first. The outfit, the accessories, the makeup, and the styling are tools that help you express yourself, but they are not the source of your confidence. The source comes from patience, practice, and accepting that improvement takes time. Start your final training day the same way you started the first. Stand in front of the mirror. Take a slow breath. Relax your shoulders. Notice the difference between your first day and today. At the beginning, you may have been thinking about every little detail. You may have wondered where to put your hands, how to walk, or how to look natural. Now those questions have answers because you practiced. Today's first exercise is presence. Presence means being fully comfortable in the moment. Many people think confidence means being the loudest person in the room or constantly trying to impress others. Real confidence is often quieter. It is the ability to stand calmly, move naturally, and feel comfortable with yourself. Practice standing still for 1 minute. No adjustments. No checking the mirror. No correcting anything. Simply stand and breathe. This teaches your mind that you do not need constant approval from a reflection. You can trust the preparation you have done. Now, begin your complete routine. Prepare yourself slowly. Pay attention to each step. Avoid rushing because rushing creates tension. A calm preparation process creates a calm final result. Once ready, begin your walk. Remember everything from the previous lessons. Relaxed shoulders, smooth steps, controlled turns, natural expressions. Do not think about every instruction separately. Let them work together. Walk through your space as if you are welcoming someone. Imagine a guest arriving and you are creating a comfortable atmosphere. Your movements should communicate warmth and confidence. A graceful presentation is not only about looking elegant, it is about creating a feeling. Now practice conversation. Imagine someone asking you a simple question. Answer naturally. Keep your breathing steady. Maintain a relaxed expression. Communication is a major part of confidence because appearance is only one part of how people experience you. Next, practice different moods. A confident person is not only one expression. Try a gentle smile, a thoughtful expression, a cheerful reaction, a calm listening expression. Being able to express different emotions naturally makes your presentation feel more complete. Today's photography exercise brings everything together. Set up a camera or phone and record a short sequence. Enter the room. Pause. Smile. Move naturally. Sit. Stand. Turn. Exit. Do not repeat it endlessly searching for perfection. The purpose is to observe growth, not create pressure. When you watch the recording, look for progress. Maybe your posture has improved. Maybe your movements are smoother. Maybe your confidence is more visible. Celebrate those improvements. Every skill you have now came from repetition. Now, let's talk about personal style. Training gives you a foundation, but your personality creates uniqueness. Two people can wear a similar outfit and create completely different impressions because their confidence, energy, and style are different. Discover what feels right for you. Experiment carefully. Try different ways of styling. Notice what makes you feel comfortable. Pay attention to colors, accessories, and details that match your personality. The goal is not copying someone else perfectly. The goal is creating a version of yourself that feels genuine. Another important lesson is self-respect. Taking time to explore presentation, fashion, and expression is a personal journey. Give yourself patience during that journey. Growth happens when curiosity replaces fear and practice replaces frustration. Now complete one final movement exercise. Walk slowly across the room. Stop. Turn. Smile. Take a few steps forward. Sit comfortably. Stand again. Return to your starting position. Notice how much more natural this feels compared to your first attempt. The biggest change is not always something visible. Sometimes the biggest change is the way you feel. Maybe you feel less nervous. Maybe you feel more willing to experiment. Maybe you feel more comfortable seeing yourself in a different style. Those internal changes are often the most meaningful. As your French Maid training week comes to an end, remember that this is not a finish line. Skills continue growing through practice. Every time you prepare, every time you experiment, and every time you learn something new, you continue improving. The final lesson is simple. Elegance is not about pretending to be someone you are not. Elegance comes from confidence, care, awareness, and the willingness to express yourself. Clothing can create an image, but your attitude creates the impression. Take care of your outfits. Take care of your tools. Continue practicing the habits that helped you grow. Keep learning what makes you feel confident and comfortable. The journey that started on Monday with a simple mirror exercise has now become something much bigger. You learned that presentation is not one single skill. It is a combination of small choices repeated over time. The way you stand, the way you move, the way you speak, the way you treat yourself. And that is the true lesson of French maid training. The most powerful transformation is not changing everything about yourself. It is discovering new ways to express the confidence that was already there. Your training may have started on Monday, but the skills you built can continue far beyond this week. Keep practicing, keep learning, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep enjoying the process.